Things felt a little quiet, man. Like, yeah, maybe it's because I hadn't uploaded as much, right? It was like a really quiet week, and we're about to go on break again, apparently, because the magazine is on break, not One Piece specifically, but the Shonen Jump magazine. So we're gonna talk about so many different things. So I hope you guys are excited. But this chapter, pretty tame chapter with exhilarating moments, right? That's kind of the chapter, because, okay, I'm gonna just say it. Some of this chapter I felt like we could have gone without that, right? That I don't feel like that was necessary, even though I understand why it was there. We'll talk about it, but let's start with this cover story, the cover art. Let me know who you got, Nami or Robin. Let me know now in the comment section which one. And you guys know every time these come up, I compare the two, Nami or Robin, who looks better. And I talked to the chat about it when I was reacting, and now I think I can definitively say for sure Nami. I'm just not seeing enough of Robin to give her the decisive victory, even though typically I'm rooting for Robin because Nami, post time skip, she's just been running away with this. Robin has her moments. Anyway, we're getting too caught up on this. Let's get to the chapter, huh? Momonosuke is still making these flame clouds, and this is something we've been waiting for, but it seems like it's on and off for him. But just remember, he's just trying to learn this on the fly, literally. And in the midst of Yamato trying to encourage Momo, remember Yamato did leave Momo to go stop the stuff going on in the basement, but now she's back. Hey Momo, I'm not gonna leave your side. She's trying to encourage Momo to make it happen, right? And Momo's like, I don't know, it's difficult. We go into flashback, and the flashback is right before Toki sends them into the future, the conversation that happens. We did see a bit of it in the past, but Oda's giving us more context and how they were basically saying Momonosuke can no longer operate as a child. You are no longer just the heir of Odin. You are now the person that people are looking to be the person that we need you to be. Whatever the hell that means. Long story short, we need you to grow up, all right? You can't just be a little nigga forever. So that's pretty much what happens, and it's showing Momonosuke saying goodbye to his mother. Something that struck me as well as Momonosuke saying, I can never ever face my mother again if I can't do this. What do you mean by that, Momonosuke? I've been saying for the longest, I don't think Toki is dead. People are saying, no, Brago, she's definitely dead. She died in a flashback. Fair. But the scar on her leg, now Momonosuke saying that, hey, I can't face my mom like this. Hey man, it's telling me some things. But a flashback, in my opinion, not really needed, especially in this chapter, because nothing happened in regards to Momo. He still didn't accomplish what he wanted to accomplish. So the flashback is basically building it up, right? Saying Momonosuke, the reason why he'll be able to accomplish these things is because, of course, a lot of people are believing in him, but also he's taking the time out to subscribe to the channel. Yeah. He is subscribed to B.D.A Law, but I'm sure you think you're subscribed. Just look down, see if the button is red. If it's not, click the button. And then if you are subscribed, just drop a like and let's move on. But no, seriously, it's a precursor, right? Just letting us know, hey, this person will accomplish great things because, you know, that's why we're showing you the flashback. It did put things into perspective though. Like, this kid had to walk away from not only his dad recently, but now he's walking away from his mother. Yes, when you contextualize things, Momonosuke has been through so much in a span of a month, maybe, right? These things just occurred and he has to figure all these things out on the fly. So he's in a desperate position, like an impossible situation. And we're always like, Momonosuke, grow up, man. It's like, yo, he's still a kid at heart, and he's still trying to figure things out. So give him some credit. I've said it before, Momonosuke is one of the characters, if not the character, that has had the most development in the story, bar none. Kaido reacted like us, kind of, sort of, saying you grabbed lightning? How ridiculous. And I'm just like, bro, he just grabbed lightning, which implies, or it's basically saying that Luffy didn't just create it. Lightning was coming down, Luffy just grabbed it. Insane. But then he throws it at Kaido. Kaido dodges it, which kind of tells me something that Kaido is scared of lightning. A little bit of lightning, just a little bit of lightning, bro. He dodges it, and you know, Kaido's kind of echoing how I feel, where it's like, you can keep playing around if you want to, right? But I'm that guy, and you're not that guy. Having an overpowered devil fruit is not the only way to conquer the seas. Roger did it without having an overpowered devil fruit, or a devil fruit, period. Which again is bringing things back into perspective. What I love about this fight, which some people may or may not have noticed, it's a contrast of not only beliefs, but ideologies and fighting styles. Luffy is used to lighten the mood typically in this fight so far, in Gear 5 especially, and Kaido is used to bring it back to earth, sometimes bringing Luffy literally back to earth. Luffy goes crazy, Kaido levels it out, right? That's why I think Oda felt like he could go as crazy with Luffy, because he has a character like Kaido that's pretty much the opposite, right? Not that goofy. Basically, freedom looks a lot different to him than it does to Luffy. So he's playing with that contrast, and I love it, right? When Kaido's like, yo, you can keep playing around if you want to. Then he gets serious, he gets in his bag and he starts going crazy. I love that, right? I think we should probably talk a bit more about what he said about Roger bringing the worlds to his heels without having Haki or without having a devil fruit. That's something we need to elaborate more on because it's impressive, right? Having these people that, I gotta say it, there's out here. They don't have these special powers, right? They had to figure it out with what they had, a sword and their body. And they managed to basically get to the top of the pirate world. So Roger, Garp, Rayleigh, even Shanks had to get some credit after this chapter because man, no devil fruit. And we see just how Luffy's grabbing lightning. Luffy's durability is actually insane though, because he's taking so much damage from Kaido. Like he's tanking all of his attacks, even after Kaido hit him with a death destroyer, right? And the reference when I saw that, people pointed it out, it basically said that it's another one of Buddhism's wisdom kings. He's known for besting the god of death, Enma, which is like, oh wow, that's a cool callback, right? But Luffy's ability to take damage is actually asinine. Like he's taking everything Kaido has and he keeps holding on to Kaido, keeps fighting him. I don't know what you do. Something that was pointed out though is that Luffy is so susceptible to slashes, right? He was tanking them, but it was clearly hurting him as opposed to the blunt attacks. So Kaido's realizing these things. So I wonder what he's gonna do going forward, seeing that. Now, before any of this happened, people just say, yo, Luffy is more susceptible to slashes than blunt attacks, which is like, well, I don't know if Luffy's weakness is slashes, it's just that he's more susceptible because he's rubber, but that doesn't mean he's more susceptible to slashes than anybody else in the verse. It's just that with his fighting style and being rubber, that's the thing that's most effective against him, but it's not more effective than it is against anyone else. You know what I mean? So it's not a weakness, this is just effective. It does put into context, one, people that don't have devil fruits and two, people that use swords. Those people are typically the ones that stand at the top of the verse, in my opinion, based on how One Piece seems to just triangulate. If you don't have a devil fruit, then you must have a sword, then you're gonna be really strong. So then you have outliers, right? Like Sanji and Garp and shit like that. But then you have like Mihawk, Roger, Shanks, Rayleigh, Zoro, right? Those people, even Oden, like that's what you have to have to be one of the top guys. So we'll talk about that because those guys are special and Oda is pointing out just how special they really are. Seriously. This morbid festival, right? Where they're actually having a good time. I don't want to downplay that, but they are basically saying things like, I hope I live to see next year. Like, I hope I can see the festival for the next 10 years because they're so broken. They don't think anything will change. So they just accepted their fate. But even in the midst of partying, they're like, well, I hope things can get better. I hope I can live. It's like a morbid ass party where you're partying, but you're thinking about the drive home, right? Like I just drove 3 hours. Now I'm partying. Damn, man, I hope this drive is not as bad. How can you enjoy yourself, right? So it's just like, it's almost a facade, you know? It's sad. It's really fucking sad. They're even saying things like, we'll be slaves again soon when the sun rises. It's like, why are you saying things like that? It's heartbreaking. It feels final, right? It feels like we're really towards the end of this arc, or this fight at least. There's still some unresolved plot points, like where the hell is Denjiro? Like, did he actually leave Nagashima because of child support? That's something that was on Twitter, right? It was trending because people saying Denjiro got someone pregnant, it was time, and used this as an out. I don't know. It's clear that now he's going to come back to save Hiyori from Orochi. It's, you know, it feels a bit contrived to have him away for that long just for this moment, but yeah, it is what it is. I think he comes back with Toki personally. That's one of my predictions. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But that final punch, it's not the end. It's not the end. I saw my boy Morge did tweet that the raid is definitely failing. I love Morge. Like, that's my guy. That's hilarious. That's hilarious because I don't think this is the final attack. Basically, because not only it's a big block fist. Oda specifically said fans will not be okay if Luffy just beat Kaido with just, you know, a big punch. This is literally a big punch. Oda could be trolling, right? And just like, hey man, that's all I came down to. Came back to this Luffy beating Kaido with a big punch. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. So I don't think this is it. Too many plot points still open, in my opinion. I think the Orochi thing would still have to be resolved. It does give Momonosuke some oomph though. It may be a ploy to make Momonosuke do the impossible, but I would not like it if this was the end of the fight. Of course, we need a Kaido flashback, right? And that could happen. It seems more and more that it's going to happen as Kaido is falling, as he's being defeated, and he goes into flashback, right? Towards the end. Would be cool, but we need that Kaido flashback. We need to know more about him. I would not like if this was the final attack though, but in all honesty, I'm not sure what I want. They've been going back and forth for a while. At some point, it has to come to an end, and Luffy has to be the victor. So a big black punch that's imbued in armament conquers Haki, and you know, him being in gear 5, that's all you could ask for, right? And Kaido, his face looking at it is almost like, it's interesting. He's back in his trash dragon form. Like, he gets beat a lot in dragon form. So if he's in dragon form and this thing is coming down, he's gonna lose. If he transforms back to his regular form, he'll be all right. That's just like the shonen logic there. But guys, how do you feel about the chapter? I thought it was good. thought it was pretty good. Some things, in my opinion, just a bit unnecessary because the Momo thing didn't happen this chapter, but I get the point, right? I get the point. But guys, give me your thoughts. Make sure to like the video if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter at BragoDAce. Follow me on Instagram at BragoD.Ace. Thank to my patrons. I appreciate you guys all so much. Again, guys, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
I start doubting me, I felt lost.